Alright guys, so I'm starting with one eye already done. I'm going to pack some of this bright blue shade from my Morphe 35B palette into my outer corner. And I'm going to bring it slightly into my crease, but not too much because it's going to end up getting blended out anyway. Then I'm going to dip into this bright purple shade in the same palette, mixed with a smidge of the deeper purple right under it. And I'm going to start to blend that outer corner. I really want to focus the purple more into the crease. So I'm just going to take that brush and use that purple to kind of merge both the colors together. I'm just going to go back and forth between the blue and the purple just to kind of merge the two colors together so that it's just like a seamless blend. I'm going to dip into this kind of midnight navy blue right up under the blue that I used earlier just to deepen it up and start to add some dimension and depth to the look. I want to make it a little deeper since the picture is, deep, blue, dark, mysterious kind of thing. I'm going to use a smaller kind of packing brush, and I'm taking a little bit of that same blue, but I'm adding more black to it, again, just to add depth and make it much deeper in blue. I really want it to be like smoky, dark, midnight blue. And then of course I'm just going to use one of those same blending brushes just to kind of blend it all out and make sure everything is cohesive. It's time for the cut crease. So a little trick, since I have hooded eyes, I just place a little bit of the product on my lash line and then look all the way up. And when you do that, the product transfers, and wherever it transfers is where you need to cut your crease. So it's sort of like a little guide. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pack this concealer onto my eye to create my cut crease. I'm using the P. Louise base in the shade 1, and it's actually the most magical product I've ever used. You don't smear it, you press it in, and that's how it gets all tacky and just creates just a beautiful, it's just so good. It's so good. Next, I'm dipping into this dark white shade in the same palette, just to add some character to my inner corner. I didn't want it to be purely gold. I wanted to add some, I don't know, something fun. So I put a little white, and then I'm gonna dip into this golden shimmery shade in this palette and start to pack that onto the remainder of my cut crease. And this is gonna be the gold, kind of like the statue with the mouth open part of the album cover. It's much more gold in person. On camera it looks a little like white, but it was actually really yellow gold, and I really liked it. So I'm just gonna pack this onto my cut crease, and I took a little bit of my setting spray just so it could be a little more pigmented and shimmery, because I wanted it to be really pretty and glittery. Once I pack that shade on, I'm just gonna go ahead and take my blending brush and just use some of that dark blue and black shade, and I'm just gonna go back and forth between the different colors that I've already put down and just start to make sure that everything is blended together. You can't really see where the concealer stops and starts, and I just wanted to make sure everything was just seamless. I'm taking this concealer brush and just lining my lash line with this bright red shade in the same palette. This is sort of like I don't know, this was a last minute decision. I kind of just wanted to add that pop of red onto my eye look, and I went ahead and did it as a liner. Then I'm gonna go ahead and take the same blending brushes again, just to make sure everything's seamless and everything kind of like meshes and blends well together. Lately, I've been really into the whole full coverage thing, so I'm taking this Real Techniques Instapop face brush, and it is the best foundation brush I've ever used, like hands down. I'm taking this with my Maybelline Superstay and Fenty foundation combo that I always use, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out, and it just makes the foundation, like I said, more full coverage and just really just fire. Like, I'm gonna dip into this ColourPop No Filter Concealer, which is pretty light, and I'm also going to place my Warm Honey LA Girl Pro Concealer on top. I like for my inner corners to be really, really bright, so that's why I place such a light concealer on my inner corner. The camera isn't really doing justice because it looks much lighter than it actually is in person, which I'm kind of annoyed by, and I should have adjusted my lighting, but I didn't realize how bright it was making everything look, so I do apologize, but I promise it's not that crazy. It looks really bright, but it's not that bad. I'm taking my Ruby Kisses Contour Duo and just contouring. Then I'm gonna use my Real Techniques brush to start to blend that out. I think it's like a pressed powder and also a little combo of some Sacha buttercup powder, and I'm just gonna set everywhere except my forehead because I like for my forehead to kind of look natural and like skin. Then next I'm taking the Hoola bronzer from this Benefit blush bar that I have, and I'm just gonna lay down my bronzing first and then go over it with a little bit of a warmer color since the Hoola is pretty cool and I like to look like tan and golden. Then I'm gonna go over that with my CoverGirl powder and kind of bronze everything up right before I snatch this nose. I don't like for my nose contour to look so warm. I do dip into the Hoola bronzer, so I'm gonna go back and forth between the two, the Hoola and the CoverGirl. And just to make sure that that nose is extra snatched, I'm gonna just add just a little powder on the outsides of where I contoured my nose to make sure that it's especially snatched. Brush everything away, and I also add a little bit of powder that is my skin tone so that it can kind of mellow out the brightness of the setting powder. I'm gonna take this BH blush palette and just dip into a bunch of different blushes, like just going all over the place. I'm focusing it more right on top of my contour because I want it to kind of blend and kind of mesh with my contour. Next, I'm just gonna take those same shadows that I used in my crease and on my outer corner and just go ahead and put some shadow on my bottom lash line, and I'm also gonna add a little bit of mascara. The lashes I used were some Faux Mink Wispies from Ariel, my faves. Now my favorite part, highlighter. I'm dipping into this pinkie swear. It's like an iridescent pink, really pretty purplish. Like, it looks silver in the pan, but it comes out really iridescent and pretty, and I thought that would be perfect for the blues and purples and pinks and reds that were in the album cover. Then I'm also gonna dip into this Carli Bybel Deluxe palette and just add a little bit of the silver and pink shades just to kind of amp up the pinks and silvers in the initial highlighter that I used. I'm gonna go ahead and just spray my whole face with some setting spray just to lock everything in place. And now on to the lips. I did start out by trying to do a red lip, but I did it and I absolutely hated it. I thought I looked like a clown. So I'm just gonna do a simple nude lip just to give the eyes the attention they deserve. And I'm just taking this simple brown liner from Kiss, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the Quickie lipstick from Shayla's collaboration with ColourPop. And I actually ended up pressing some of the same pressed powder that I used on my face onto my lips to matte out the lipstick, because it is a little satin, so it has a sheen to it, and I wanted it to be completely matte. So that's a little trick for you guys. If you have a lipstick and you want it to be super matte, all you have to do is just take a little bit of setting powder, like a translucent one, whatever one you want, and just press it lightly onto the lipstick and you're good to go. Super matte lips. All right, this is the final look. Insert a bunch of awkward makeup poses. Hopefully I get a good thumbnail out of this, but thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you guys really like it. I was trying to create a wearable while still also super pretty makeup look inspired by this album cover, so hopefully I succeeded. If you guys like it, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one. Love you.